In Marvel's vast cosmos, there are endless debates about power, destiny, and who truly stands above all. Among these debates, one confrontation excites fans more than most: Loki, the god of stories, versus the Beyonder, a being of nearly limitless might. This battle is not a simple clash of fists or magic blasts, it's a war of scale, philosophy, and storytelling. Loki has transformed from the god of lies into the god of stories, embodying change, manipulation, and the control of narrative itself. The Beyonder, meanwhile, comes from outside the known multiverse, a force so vast he was once described as millions of times more powerful than the entire Marvel Universe combined. Today, we will explore their origins, their powers, their roles in Marvel storytelling, and finally, who would stand victorious if these two ever met in combat. Origins and transformation. Loki's origins are steeped in myth. Born as a frost giant, left to die, and then adopted by Odin, Loki grew up in the shadow of his golden brother, Thor. This resentment defined him for centuries, fueling his schemes and cementing his role as Marvel's trickster god. Yet Loki's story is unique because he is not trapped by it, he has reinvented himself many times. In Journey into Mystery, Kid Loki sought redemption, carrying the burden of his past self's crimes. In Agent of Asgard, Loki accepted his lies and truths, reshaping himself into the god of stories. No longer just a villain or liar, this Loki has transcended the cycle of death and rebirth. He is not bound by myth, he rewrites it. In one striking moment, he literally knocks on Verity Willis's door, declaring, "I am the god of stories now." This transformation is about more than power, it is about control of narrative itself, the ability to reshape reality through the act of storytelling. The Beyonder's origin, in contrast, is alien and incomprehensible. He first appeared in 1984's Secret Wars, where he dragged heroes and villains onto a patchwork planet called Battle World, forcing them to fight as part of an experiment. His power seemed limitless. He could destroy galaxies with a thought and once erased the concept of death itself. Later stories redefined him. In some, he was a flawed cosmic cube, in others, he was revealed as a member of the Beyonders, a race of omnipotent beings who killed the living tribunal and shook the multiverse to its core. What never changed, however, was his position as an outsider. Unlike Loki, who is born into myth and grows within the Marvel Universe, the Beyonder comes from beyond, existing outside the laws that govern reality. His very nature makes him less a character and more a cosmic question: what happens when ultimate power tries to understand existence? Powers and abilities. Loki, as the god of stories, possesses the full range of Asgardian abilities: strength, durability, and longevity far beyond mortals. His sorcery is legendary. He can teleport across dimensions, conjure destructive energy, form barriers strong enough to withstand godly attacks, and manipulate minds. His illusions are so powerful they have deceived Thor, Odin, and even cosmic entities. Loki is also a shapeshifter, able to become animals, mortals, or even abstract forms. But his greatest weapon as the god of stories is his meta ability, the power to rewrite destiny itself. Loki treats lies as stories, and by changing the tale, he can alter reality. In essence, he steps beyond the page of the comic, becoming a narrator who manipulates events instead of just a participant. This makes him incredibly dangerous, not because of brute strength, but because of the unpredictability of narrative control. The Beyonder's abilities, however, operate on an entirely different level. He is reality itself. At his peak, he possessed power millions of times greater than all other cosmic beings combined. He can create universes from nothing, erase entire realities, and manipulate every atom of existence simultaneously. In Secret Wars 2, he demonstrated control over the entire Earth, bending humanity's collective will with ease. He has repelled Galactus as if swatting a fly, humbled the Celestials, and even erased death across all universes. His power is so absolute that he struggles with purpose, often experimenting with creation and destruction out of boredom or curiosity. Unlike Loki, who crafts illusions and manipulates through trickery, the Beyonder doesn't need subtlety. His word becomes law, his will becomes reality. If Loki is a cunning author, the Beyonder is the printing press of existence itself, rewriting not a story, but the universe. Narrative roles in Marvel? Loki's narrative role in Marvel reflects transformation and redemption. As the god of lies, he was bound by myth, forever doomed to be Thor's enemy. As the god of stories, he rises above this fate, becoming a storyteller who redefines his own identity. His journey speaks to the idea that we can break cycles, redefine who we are, and control the story of our lives. Loki often functions as both a narrator and participant, embodying themes of chaos, change, and self-discovery. For readers, Loki represents the idea that even villains can become more, that destiny is not fixed, and that stories are the ultimate weapon. The Beyonder, in contrast, is less about change and more about reflection. He exists as an outsider looking in, representing the question of what power truly means. In Secret Wars, he plays God, orchestrating battles to study heroes and villains. In Secret Wars 2, he walks among humans, trying to understand desire, love, and morality. His role is not to grow but to force others to confront what they are when faced with omnipotence. While Loki manipulates stories from within, the Beyonder is almost like a writer's hand entering the universe, unknowable, overwhelming, and beyond character arcs. His presence challenges the very fabric of Marvel storytelling, asking whether power without understanding has any value at all. The final verdict. So, who wins this impossible matchup? If we measure sheer power, the answer is undeniable: the Beyonder. His ability to erase galaxies, destroy death itself, and overpower the mightiest cosmic entities places him in a league beyond Loki's reach. Loki may be clever, deceptive, and even capable of rewriting destiny, but the Beyonder's omnipotence is absolute. In a straightforward clash, Loki would be erased before his tricks could begin. Yet, Loki's advantage lies in subtlety. As the god of stories, he may not overpower the Beyonder, but he could attempt to outwit him. The Beyonder's greatest weakness is not lack of power, but lack of understanding. He struggles with concepts like morality, mortality, and narrative meaning. Loki could, in theory, weave a story so compelling that he traps the Beyonder in it, redirecting his focus or bending his will through trickery. This would not be a victory of strength, but of storytelling, Loki winning not by force, but by redefining the tale itself. Still, when judged by Marvel canon and feats, the outcome is clear. The Beyonder's raw omnipotence overwhelms Loki's narrative manipulation. Unless the story deliberately gives Loki the upper hand through trickery, the Beyonder remains the victor. Loki may spin the story, but the Beyonder holds the power to erase the book entirely. In the end, the god of stories represents transformation, cunning, and redemption, while the Beyonder embodies absolute power and the struggle to find meaning within it. Their clash is fascinating, philosophical, and symbolic, but when the dust settles, there is only one result. The Beyonder wins. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.